Morning, guys. Just wanted to try and see if I could clear up some confusion with regards to food. Hopefully, it's mostly, I always say it's mostly mental, and that goes for our food, it goes for our exercise, it goes for our body fat, it goes for our pain, our weight gain, it goes for our strength, it goes for our health, our wealth, and our relationships. If the mind can believe it, the body and life can achieve it, right? It begins in mind. You've first got to believe it before it can be real. It's that the body and mind have been programmed from a lifetime of education, of media, of relationship with everyone who thinks and talks about the same things because we've all been educated in the same way. I'm just going to show you something that hopefully can take you out of the programming that we're all in. I'm just going to share my screen here for a second. I'm going to shift over to just a Google search and I'm going to search for the top four elements in the human body. And I pull up the top four elements in the human body. And the top four elements in the human body are oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. Oxygen is 65% of the body. Carbon is 18.5% of the body. Hydrogen is 9.5% of the body, and nitrogen is 3.2% of the body. So you see, the body is made up of four elements: oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. Although what we always hear is the body is made up of proteins, or you need to raise up your proteins to build your body, or you need to get all of these essential things to build your body because your body can't build without all of these things that you need to get. However, the body is really built from four elements. So do you see a disconnect there? Or can you see a disconnect there? It was this was one of the things that helped me to shift my thought process from protein focused nutrition, which is the popularity of the day, to a living food nutrition. Let's see if I can just go a little bit further with you on this. If I go back to my share again and I say to Google, I say top four elements in a cow. I say the cow because they often say the grass-fed cow is the best type of protein. It's the best type of food for the body. I mean, it's all often said that way. The top four elements in a cow's diet, look, they don't even answer the question. They go to a diversion. What the top four elements? This is what I put top four elements in a human. It comes up. The top four elements in a cow? No, they don't want you to really see that. The top four elements that make up a cow. Let's see. Oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen. Okay. The cow eats all grass, but it's still made up of the same things. Oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen. Okay. But they tell us that we need to eat grass-fed cows. The grass-fed cows are made up of the same thing that we are. The same four things. Oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen. That's what cows are made up of. That's what people are made up of. Okay, let's check it out. Let's go further. Let's see. Well, let's get the top four elements of maybe a giraffe. Top four elements to make up a giraffe are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. So I guess you could eat a giraffe or a cow. Giraffes only eat the leaves from one tree, the acacia tree. Giraffes only eat one tree, one leaf from one tree. Cows eat grass. Giraffes eat acacia tree, but they're still made up of the same thing that you are and I am. The same thing. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Okay. Okay. So cows and giraffes and humans are all made up of the same thing, but they all eat different things. Huh? How can that be? So maybe the food isn't what makes me? Does that? Let's go a little further here for a second. Let's go back again. Let's just check this. Okay. What top four elements that make up a plant? The top four elements that make up a plant are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Huh? Did you see that? The top four elements that make up a human, the top four elements that make up a cow, and the top four elements that make up a giraffe, and the top four elements that make up a plant are all the same. That all things living are made up of these things. Like these are the building blocks of life, and that life perpetuates itself this way just from breathing. That life makes itself this way just from breathing. But if you think that you need to eat all of that protein, you need it. I'll give you an instance. Like if you get sick and you go to the doctor and the doctor gives you a medication and says, here's the medicine to get better. If they give you a medication that is just a sugar pill that, say, I'm not sure what the percentage is, but 25% of the people will get better just by taking a sugar pill that the doctor gives them. So some people will get better just from the suggestion that they're going to get better from taking this. Does that make sense? That's a placebo effect. That if you hear something and you think something and you believe something, that it comes real in your life. A certain percentage of us will respond to whatever they're told. The second idea I want you to consider is, I'll tell you, one time I went with my family, we went to Niagara Falls and we went to a hypnotist show. I really like hypnotist shows. They're funny. And I went up on the stage to get hypnotized. And I really tried my best to get hypnotized, but I couldn't get hypnotized no matter how much I tried. So I had to come down. And a certain percentage of the people in the that were up on the stage, they did get hypnotized. So not everyone can get hypnotized, or not everyone can get hypnotized all of the time, but some people can get hypnotized. Some people can get hypnotized some of the times. So it's that sometimes the human mind can be hypnotized by something, or sometimes the human mind can believe in something and it can create the result that you want. And then sometimes it can't. So I just want you to realize this, that if you're educated, that you need to eat protein and fats and carbs, or you need to eat this or that, or you need to do this or do that, then you go out and you believe that, and then that becomes the truth for you until you get a little bit later in life, until you get past 40 or 50 and the hormones start to drop in your body and the brain chemistry starts to change in your body. The body's systems are not what they used to be when you're young. You start to become sick from the way that you're living, from the way that you're eating and drinking and thinking. You start to become sick. Then once you get sick, in order to get well, the same old things aren't going to work. Once you get sick, in order to get well, now you're going to have to do the right things to get well. Does that make sense? This is what's going on. You're not getting old. Sickness isn't really a part of old age. It's a part of the way that we've been living. Sickness is a result of the way that we are living. And if we want to change our outcome, our body fat, our aches and pains, our sickness, illness, or disease, we can just change the lifestyle, change the habits, change the foods, the drinks, and most of all, the things that are coming into the body, that you're putting into your body on a daily basis. I'll get back to you guys with some more details about the molecular structure of the body, the cells, and of your food and your supplements. This makes an enormous difference. Your food, your drink, your supplements, your movements, your breathing, your thinking. These things create you. Have yourself a super awesome, terrific day.